Well, I've taken classes from Teresa several times, and I know what she would bring as a spiritual person to an experience at Mount Shasta. So that was one reason I decided to jump on that opportunity. And the second reason I chose to do the Mount Shasta retreat is I had had my own personal experience at Mount Shasta over 30 years ago and realized I had not been back to kind of honor that and take it to another level. So I was familiar with the powerful vortex energy at Mount Shasta, and then I look forward to being able to experience it with a group of higher vibratory beings. So that's what prompted me to go.
I felt it was time for me to expand my spiritual journey. It was at the end of COVID, and I had gone really inward, and so I saw Shasta as an opportunity to not only expand my personal spiritual journey, but to reconnect with people that of like-mindedness. I decided to go back for a second time because I had opened some doors during the first journey that I had felt I needed to walk through, and there was more for me to discover, and that the time in between the first one and the second one gave me that time to really cultivate what I learned the first time around, so I could take it into my second my second Shasta trip.
And I would say, Teresa, when I heard that you were making a trek up there, I was really excited to hear about working with a like-minded group of women and men that are looking towards deepening their understanding, our understanding of ourselves. And Shasta being the beautiful portal and wonderful mountain that it is, with so much beautiful energy, it was an exciting prospect.
There's multiple highlights of the trip that have stayed with me to this day. Certainly one is being there with a group of wonderful people in a beautiful space, spiritual space. Collecting water from the headwaters of the Mount Shasta was also fabulous. Meditating amongst the spiritual spaces there. All of those were truly highlights that made it a unique experience for me.
It was the ritual we did, or the exercise we did in writing the poem for ourselves. I think that it really brought full circle, in both instances for me, the experience of going onto the mountain beforehand and really being able to internalize that experience and kind of take it, and it actually set the trajectory for me, for where I needed to go, the work that I needed to do that was coming out of both trips to Shasta.
It was just wonderful to be able to spend time communing with myself and learning who I am on a deeper level, and building those things in myself that I want to share with the world. You have a wonderful way, an intuitive way of helping us all really open up to ourselves. And so the confidence and the strengths that I came away with, as well as some of the fun activities that you created, were just wonderful that weekend.
One of the takeaways for me from the trip is on the very last day, Teresa challenged us, I believe, to stand on a rock and make a declaration, as well as to thank Mount Shasta and the spiritual space there for the experience that we had had, but to declare our intention. And I was really surprised that I felt an amazing energy course throughout my entire body. And dug deep into my being and sang a song out as loud as I could make myself belt it out. And it was the Alleluia prayer, as I recall. And I remember just totally taken by surprise and how that just regenerated my entire being. And so the takeaway from that moment was, remember my voice. My voice has power, and it's not just in my throat and in my words, it's in the whole of who I am. That has served me, and I continue to reflect on those moments.
I will never forget the time that we spent as a group together in a collaboration of some of the meditations that we did on the mountain. They were very powerful, very well led. And the other beautiful highlight was visiting the headwaters. That is a very sacred place, and it really filled my heart to have that experience.
I think one of my takeaways that and I took this away the first time, but it really hit home the second time, was this journey is really personal, and it's my journey. And even though we're doing it in a collective group, really, what I get out of it is really meant for me, and for my path. There is a comfort, I guess, in doing this collectively with folks, to see other people going on their journey and hitting their challenges and pushing through. I think it's kind of like having witnesses on the sidelines, but the ultimate journey is mine, and I can't compare it to anybody else's.